What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the Timberwolves My GM series. This episode, we're just doing some final last changes. The next episode will be a full-on gameplay. And what I was looking at this episode was maybe, perhaps, trust me, not 100% at all, is trading Sabaz Muhammad. The thing about this is that if I don't see a trade that's worth doing, then I'm not going to just give the man away. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know, Mike. It's a very difficult decision here because I think he's got potential to really be a good, solid player on this team. But at the same time, we got Devin Booker and J.R. Smith as our shooting guard position, so I really don't see room for him on the team. But I'm not really seeing any great trades out here that I'm like, oh man, I gotta pull the trigger on this one. Like, I'm just not seeing that. So what I might do is I think I might just hang on to him for a little bit. Maybe if like a team offers me some sort of trade, I will think about trading him. But for now, maybe he'll just stay on the team. You know, like, we don't have to trade him. He's only 22 years old, so it's not like he has to play now. But there's definitely some decent trades out here. Just, I don't know, our team's pretty much set. Like, I'm liking what we have so far. Like, I look up and down the roster, and I think we got a really good, young, talented team that has potential to one day, maybe contend for a championship. I mean, it's not going to happen this season, I don't think. But, you know, give Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins a few years to develop into great players, and hey, you just never know with this team, right? That's why you draft players. That's why you draft good, young talent, is so they develop into those great players, so one day you can contend for a championship. But, like I said, that all takes time. That all takes time, definitely. So we look at the roster here, and definitely not bad. I think at the end of the video here, we're actually going to go over the roster individually, look at the different players, and just kind of think about what they can do and what they can add to this team going forward. But man, like, you look up and down the roster, it's not bad. One move I'm going to make is that Flip Saunders told me, man. He didn't tell me per se, but I remember Flip Saunders saying in an interview that he just wants to, he no longer wants to be a coach on the team. Look, he got D offense, D defense, and C potential. Like, that's not going to cut it here on the team. Like, I know I'm gonna fire him, but in your mind, just know he's still part of the organization. He's still part of the management team. So we're not actually firing him from the team, just fire him as the head coach. So I wish there was a better choice words to use for this, but there really isn't. So now we need to definitely hire a new head coach. There's some definitely some good options out here, but there's one guy that I'm really looking at, and I really am like, yo, man, this is our guy out here. This is the guy that I want to bring in, and that is Lionel Hollins. He used to coach the Memphis Grizzlies. I have no idea how the man got fired. He was doing a great job as the coach there, and they just let him go. So, I mean, maybe it was just some sort of decision that they're like, okay, like, it's just time for a new image. But hey, you look at his stats down here. I mean, B+, A-. Potential is only a C+. That kind of irks me a little bit because we have a lot of potential on this team. But we'll give him a shot. We'll give him a 2-year deal. And, you know, after the season, if we're just like, hey, we're not really feeling you out here, then hey, you're going to get fired. But hey, we're going to give you a chance. So no doubt about that. Definitely going to give Lionel Hollins a chance out here, and it's definitely an improvement over Flip Saunders. And I don't know what this report is talking about here, saying that we're using them as a scapegoat. We use Flip Saunders as a scapegoat, and that's why, the season has not even started yet. So that makes no sense. Like, why would we blame a guy for our team's performance if our team has yet to perform yet? But let's take a look at our final roster. Let's take a look at the team that we're going into the season with. Ricky Rubio, what does he bring to this team? I'll tell you what he brings to this team. He brings playmaking ability and the ability to, you know, play good defense and steal the basketball, and just, I think, a good overall leader. He's a little injury prone out there, so we're going to have to watch out for that. He's also got a pretty large contract, 4-year, $55 million, so, you know, we'll see how he performs. J.R. Smith, 30 years old. That's not old at all. Like, that's like prime years right there. He can shoot the basketball, and I think he can definitely add a little swagger to our team out here. Andrew Wiggins, man, like, what more can you say about this guy? 20 years old, already at 85 overall. We're definitely looking to improve that jump shot going into the season and really work on him being just a leader on the basketball court. Like I said, though, 20 years old, that's kind of young to be a really straight-up leader, but hopefully he makes some leaps and bounds in that category. Karl-Anthony Towns, our number one overall pick draft. I'm messing up my words right now. Number 1 pick in the draft, Karl-Anthony Towns. And definitely going to see what he can do out there. I think he can rebound the ball really well. He definitely got some nice post moves out there. Pekovic, young center, 29 years old, not really young, but definitely not old either. And he was definitely our best player last season, so he can rebound that basketball and just give us a better inside presence. Hopefully, Karl-Anthony Towns can develop a bit of a jump shot himself and really spread the floor. Dieng, a good, solid backup center, man. I wish, like, you know, we didn't have Pekovic on the team. He would definitely be our starter. I don't know how he's going to do in that role as that backup position. Hopefully he doesn't mind a 6-man role because, hey, 80 overall, that's definitely starting material. We don't have room for him to start on our team. Adrian Payne, 24 years old. The dude can, you know, I don't know how he has an F three-pointer because he actually could shoot the ball pretty well in college. Like, I remember hitting some threes in some games, so that's a little little interesting out there, but I know he can still shoot that mid-range jump shot a little bit, and you know, he's just a good stretch for. I think he can definitely do work out there for us. Zach LaVine has potential to, by the end of the season, be our starting point guard. If things do not work out with Ricky Rubio, if Ricky Rubio's just sucking it up out there, we'll definitely trade him, and Zach LaVine will get the starting point guard position. What else we got? We got Devin Booker, I know, as our other rookie. He can definitely shoot that basketball, and a guy that's really going to develop. We want that to be Devin Booker's niche, is to be able to just shoot the rock, get open, find the open spots off the screens, and shoot that ball lights out every game in, game out. And yeah, Brandon Dawson, we picked him up. He's probably not going to get much playing time out here. Maybe a little bit, maybe some garbage minutes. See what he can develop into. Shabazz Muhammad, we talked about him definitely at the beginning of the episode here, saying that, hey, we really don't know what his role in this team is going to be quite yet. But, you know, we'll see what develops. We got Chris Anderson in the trade, not going to play much at all. We just don't have room for him to play. Maybe also some garbage minutes. But that's pretty much rounds up the starting lineup right there, and it's just the team in general. I think we got potential to, you know, if things come together, if our rookie steps up, if Andrew Wiggins really jumps up and goes into that next caliber as an all-star, maybe even a superstar player, I think playoffs is a definite possibility to compete against guys like, you know, Steph Curry and Anthony Davis, and just all the great, you know, Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, all the great players out west. It's going to be very hard to make the playoffs in this stacked conference. We'll do our best, but this season's all about the rebuild, and I think so far, looking at things, looking back at the moves we made, we're definitely heading in the right direction. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about our team so far. And I think next episode, like I was saying, is that it's going to be a full-on game. It's going to be edited up and whatnot, but we're going to do a game, our season opener, so stay tuned for that, guys. And like always, have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Whenever you're watching this video, please remember to subscribe. Have a good one, my friends. Peace out.